The nightmare behind the mirror. Ahmet found himself lost on a rainy evening, forced to take shelter in an old, decrepit hotel. The moment he stepped inside, the air grew heavy, and the stench of rot and dampness burned his nostrils. The man at the reception, with cracked lips and hollow eyes, handed him the key to room 303. His voice slipped out in a hoarse whisper. "If you look into the mirror, never look away." Ahmet was exhausted and paid little attention to the man's warning. The stairs groaned under his weight, and the empty eyes of the paintings along the hallway seemed to follow him as he reached his room. The room itself felt burdened by the past. Faded wallpaper, cobwebs in every corner. But the most unsettling thing was the persistent dripping sound from the bathroom. When Ahmet stepped into the bathroom, he couldn't find the source of the dripping. The faucets were tightly shut, yet the large, old mirror above the sink was fogged up. There was no warmth, no steam in the room. Slowly, words began to appear on the misty surface, as if written in blood. "Welcome." Ahmet's heart pounded in his chest. He wanted to step back, but he couldn't take his eyes off the mirror. Suddenly, a shadowy face with pale, empty eyes emerged from the fog. Its eyes locked onto his, and shadows wriggled beneath. Its translucent skin like worms crawling just under the surface. The mirror rippled, as if its surface had turned to liquid. The lights flickered, and suddenly the entire room was swallowed by darkness. The mirror was pulling him in. Ahmet tried to scream, but his voice was trapped in his throat. Invisible hands gripped his wrist scold. Bony fingers dug into his flesh. Inside the mirror was a void without time or place. The walls seemed to be made of black, pulsing flesh, oozing a thick, yellowish fluid. Whispering voices surrounded him, moans, sobs, screams. Rusty cages hung from the ceiling, containing skinned bodies that were somehow still alive. All of their eyes were pitch black. Ahmet tried to run, but with every step, a dark, tar-like mud clung to his ankles, dragging him down. Suddenly, creatures emerged from the shadows. They had human-like forms, but no faces, just smooth, rotting flesh with thick, black tears seeping through the cracks. One of them slowly turned its faceless head toward Ahmet and opened its jaw. The sound it made was like decaying bones scraping against each other. "Join us." Ahmet could no longer scream. Darkness swallowed him whole, and his consciousness faded away. In the outside world, the hotel had been considered abandoned for years. No traveler had ever opened the door to room 303, but those who passed by could still hear the faint, muffled whispers through the shattered windows. "Please, don't look into the mirror."